Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Psychotic here, and I've got a pretty different video for you guys. If you've been keeping up to date with my channel, watching all my videos, I've never really done anything like this. Basically, I'm going to be telling you guys what I think so far of Call of Duty World War II. So far, I've got a lot of playtime in the beta, probably around 20, maybe even 30 hours. I've been putting in a lot of time, and I think it's safe to say that I know what we should expect. Even though it's just a beta, you kind of know what you're getting with the full game and release. Like last year with Infinite Warfare, I played the beta for one day and I knew the game was dog shit. And it's a year later, and I still know the game is dog shit. So, and with Black Ops 3, I really liked the beta for that game, had a lot of fun. And what do you know, the entire year, I had a lot of fun with Black Ops 3 throughout the year. So without further ado, here's my thoughts. I'll start with the bad. So far, some of the big negatives of this game are, I guess, the score streaks. They don't really, like, they're not the worst score streaks. They're definitely a lot better than some previous games like Ghosts, Infinite Warfare. Those streaks weren't really a lot of fun. And for anybody who likes pub stomping and want to get those really high streaks, like the dogs from World at War, Black Ops 1, or the Raps, or like the Swarm, stuff like that. There's not really anything like that in this game, in the beta at least. I'm sure they might have some better streaks in the full release, but the one streak that really stands out to me is the paratroopers. The paratroopers are the one high streak that's in this beta, and they take quite a bit of score to get. I think it's like 1250 or something like that, so that's pretty high. And they're trash. Like, honestly, they might get you 3, 4, if you're lucky, 5 kills. That's not acceptable for a really high streak like that. Like, that's comparable, like the amount of time it takes to get them is comparable to, as I was saying, like Raps, stuff like that, which would get you 8, 9, 10 kills, maybe even more. So yeah, they really need to either buff the paratroopers a lot or make them easier to get, because yeah, they're just not cutting it the way they are. But I will say the rest of the streaks, they seem pretty good. The glide bomb, I like the feel of that. It sounds really good too. It feels really responsive and fun to use. What's that other one? The fighter pilot. That one's pretty fun as well. So honestly, it's not even really the streaks. Most of the streaks are pretty good. It's just the paratroopers that really need working on, and then just things that are limited to the beta. I guess the hit reg isn't that great. Could be a lot better. Not the worst, but definitely could be a lot better. Hopefully that's fixed in the main game, and then the menu system is just atrocious. Like, honestly, it's the worst menu we've ever had in a Call of Duty game. You have to like toggle left and right, like with your R1 and L1 button, just to get over to like your friends list or anything like that. And then once you get over to your friends list, you have to go again, move to the right to get to your party, just to see if somebody's in your party. That's not right. Like, in every COD game up to date, you could see when somebody joins you. I've had people join me in the beta and I didn't even know it, or people leave and I didn't even know it, because like, there's no way of knowing unless you go over to that specific menu. So they really need to work on that for the full release. And I know it's just the beta, but yeah, that's definitely one thing that I was nitpicking on. And then for the bigger things, the division system, not a huge fan of that. You can't tell me that it's better than the regular Pick 10 creative class that we've had for the last, what is it, like 4 years, 5 years? Like, they were pushing it the entire time going into the beta. And I had an open mind. I thought, you know, divisions, this could be good. But it just doesn't work, because it's taking away from all the customization that we've had over the years in Call of Duty games. Basically, for those of you who don't know how it works, you have to pick a division. And when you pick a division, you get like that division-specific perks. So they've put all the big perks that you'd normally have in any other Call of Duty as division-specific. So say Dead Silence, you have to pick the Mountain division in order to have Dead Silence. And if you want Black Jacket, you have to use the Armored division. So you can't run what you want anymore. And then you get stuck with a bunch of secondary perks as well that you wouldn't even use. So basically, before in the past, you could run Dead Silence and Flak Jacket if you want. Now, you have to pick between the two and then get stuck with a bunch of secondary perks that you don't even want. Like maybe I can't even think of them. Like maybe a better mini map or something, or faster mantling as one of the smaller perks that you wouldn't care about normally. So it's taking a huge step back in customization, which is something that Call of Duty has been pushing forward with for the last decade. Like since COD 4, since the original COD 4, we have moved forward so much with the creative class system, and this is just a huge step back, and with customization in general. And then another thing, the most annoying thing from the entire beta, I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about, shotguns. Shotguns in this game need a huge nerf. They they're just like they're not fun to play against. They're really, really, really annoying. Basically, if you don't know, with the specific division, I don't remember what it's called in this game, you get flaming shotgun shells, and they're so annoying. If you get shot, like just hit at all, maybe it's 10 feet away, they get a hit marker on you, but it doesn't matter that they get a hit marker on you because you get set on fire and you burn to death. So it's really, really, really dumb. You can get, like, it takes no skill to use whatsoever. You can get 4 or 5 shots on somebody, and all they have to do is hit you once, and you're dead. So that really needs to be changed for the full game. I don't know how they could fix that. Maybe make it so that you load in with your regular shells, and you have to load in. You have to load the fire incendiary shells. Maybe that would fix it. I don't know. They could just nerf them, make it like 2 hits or something. I don't care. Just fix it somehow, please. Anyways, that's really all the complaints I have for the beta so far. It seems like a pretty good game. So let's get on to the good stuff. The sound design and the maps design, everything like that. The entire design of the game just is great, honestly. They're using a lot of bright colors and everything, going back to I guess Black Ops 3 had some bright colors too, and then Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 2. Those good games, they all had bright colors, good maps. Most of these maps seem to have like the classic three-lane design, which is what I like. I don't like chaotic, like multi-lane maps. It just, the game runs at like a much smoother pace. You don't have people flanking you at all times. So that's good. I like the map design. I really like the sound design. The sound, like the sounds of the guns, the sounds of the grenades. It all makes you sound like you're like, or feel like you're right there, immersed in the action. So that's a big plus. I like the gritty feeling as well. Like when you hit somebody with a nade or something, their legs will fly off and stuff. We haven't had that stuff since World at War, and then I guess a little bit in Black Ops 3 as well. But yeah, definitely. I don't know. It's the small things like that that really count. The guns feel great as well. The PPSH, feels amazing. STG, I think those two are my favorite. Also, the M1 Garand just feels and sounds amazing. And then another thing that I really like is, like, obviously it's boots on the ground, but it's like a fast-paced boots on the ground. It kind of feels like a mixture of Ghosts and Black Ops 2, in my opinion. Just like the fast-paced action of Ghosts, but it's, I don't know, like the time to kill is more like Black Ops 2. Another big thing it's honestly been really long overdue is the new war game mode. I think that's a really, really, really good thing for this game. It's definitely something that it's got going for it. I don't know if you guys haven't played it yet. It's a lot of fun. It's very objective based. You're moving the objective up and pushing up as a team, and it doesn't count your deaths or anything like that, so it forces people to actually play the objective. It's a lot of fun. I could see it being played competitively, which, I don't know about you, but I think it'd be a lot of fun to watch and to play competitively. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about the game so far. Honestly, it seems like a good game. Like, not gonna lie, it's not the, it doesn't feel like it's gonna be like the next Modern Warfare 2 or Black Ops 2, but it seems like a really, really solid game. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, and follow Floyd Mayweather and beat the fucking shit out of that like button.